Us! Here we are again. It's actually Tuesday. Today I had to take a day off from the work. Went to the clinic. Again. Again, I say, but it's like it's a once every 3 month thing. I'm not going back and forth there all the time, which is good because I couldn't do it. Because, it's go down to Yokohama. It kills me every time. It's so. The train, it wasn't the worst train this time. Usually I go earlier, and the train is the worst. Like they're pushing people on to the train to fill it like sardines. That's like the earliest possible appointment, but I couldn't get that one this time. But even still, it's just sitting an hour in the train, and I can't. My brain is fried. I feel sick. I just want to just do this and be done with it. I don't mean to make it sound like that, but like I'd rather have it done now so that if it takes forever to edit, then I got that time tomorrow. So gonna do it now, and then I'm gonna crash like a zeppelin that is made from concrete. I'm just gonna crash into the futon. Hopefully I'll change first, 'cause I don't want to sleep in this. It's already wrinkly enough. Clinic went. It went. My doctor. The thing about the weird blood is that it's a lot funnier when things are going right, and it's less funny when things aren't going the way they're supposed to be going. And you say, Doc. So the thing is, this running gag. If you're just tuning in for the first time, my E levels have been high throughout my transition. Once I started HRT, it was weird. But also very affirming. Was very happy about that. But as Doc, like, because Doc would say like your E levels are like super high. That's weird. You say, Doc, well, what's up with that? And he'd be like, well, you got weird blood. You say, well, is that a bad thing? It's just weird blood. So it's not. But so the last times, 2 times ago, I went and my T was up a little bit, like still within normal range, but it had gone up. And this was the different doc, and she said, "Do you want to be on Spiro?" But I'd already been starting to set aside money for the surgery. It was like a small jump up, nothing too major, and thinking I didn't have any money at that particular juncture. I had like exactly enough money to cover my E, the gel, and then the trip home. So I was like, okay, let's not. We'll do the next blood test. We'll see where it goes. Well, the blood test results come back, and like it's really jumped, like a lot. And but so it's like what's going on with that? So I asked my doc. This is my regular doc, the one who I kind of would really rather not see. But he's my doc. And I said, okay, so doc, like this is a jump. This is like a jump. It's sustained, but also this jump takes me outside of levels that would be considered within acceptable range. What's going on? Okay, like I want to know what's going on. And he's just like, your blood's weird. And I should have grilled him. I should have been like, what information do you need to make an actual diagnosis? Like what would take this from your blood's weird to, oh, X, Y, and Z are things that you're doing, and don't do those things anymore. Or maybe we need these other tests. Like, what is it that you need is what I should have asked, but I was exhausted and I'm tired and I'm just want to go home. And I was like, okay, my blood's weird. Well, I guess we won't have to worry about this after the surgery. We've talked about the surgery in the past with this doc, also with the other doc, but I don't know that they talk to each other, so I don't know if that information got shared. But like, remember, because he said don't starve yourself saving for the surgery. And mentioned earlier in the consultation, the things have been pretty tough because I've been putting aside this money and it's really exhausting on top of just summer being summer and just not having that money because I've been setting it aside. And but I'm like, well, at least I won't have these problems. I won't have to worry about tea, like once I get the surgery done. And he's like, oh, so you're seriously considering that surgery? And I'm like, yeah, but what did you think I was just saving the money for fun? The money that I explicitly said was for the surgery, numerous occasions. And he's like, well, that surgery's real expensive. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I've been saving money for 8 fucking months. And so the conversation goes on a little bit more. It goes some different directions. And then, like, he's like, well, we're going to put you on Speedo again. You really ought to be on Speedo, which I had brought up. Thank you very much, first time, because it was when he said, here's your new tea, and it's a lot higher than it ought to be. And I'm like, oh, well, we need to be on Speedo then. So, and he's like, well, you get you this much. And I said, well, you can only prescribe me this much, but that's okay, because I should be able to do the surgery in like 2 months or so. Like I should have the money in 2 months, and then depending on when I can actually get to the clinic. And he's like, well, it's real expensive. I'm like, doc, I've got 160,000 yen saved right now. I save at a rate of 20,000 yen a month. It's 2 months. And it's like, it finally sunk in. I did ask him about the procedures for going to actually get it, because I wanted to make sure, like, am I going to need a note of recommendation from you? Like that this is part of a treatment, will that ease the process a little bit? Am I going to have to do like consultations with them? Is there going to be some kind of waiting list? Because I think I mentioned my friend is going for a reduction, and they've been on like a year-long waiting list to do this thing, even though it's being like approved by the doctors. I guess there's only so many places that'll do the surgery, and for non-cancer reasons, and they got a waiting list. So I want to make sure right now here that we're at the final moment. Like I want to make sure that this is going to be a smooth process. And I'm like, what do I need? What are they going to ask me? What, I just walk in and put my money on the pickle barrel and be like, snip? He's like, pretty much. No consultation. Like, you don't need a consultation. You just go in there with your money. You just take them right out. And which is, I mean, on one hand, super cool. I appreciate it. Don't want to deal with any bullshit. I've done all the thinking I need to do about this. I didn't really need that much. I was pretty set in my course once I decided I was going to do it. And I mean, honestly, once I decided I was going to transition, I wanted the full swap, but this is what we can do at the moment kind of deal. But like, also it's kind of wild. Like, I could just rock up and be like, well, I got the money for the pickle barrel. And I guess, can we do this right now? Do you need to hit me over the back of the head? Like, is that going to be the sedative for this? Like, is this clinic in a back alley? Which would not deter me. I need you to understand where I'm at. It would not deter me if this was, Tato in the back alley with a rubber mallet and, a hacksaw. Like, sure, fine. Fine, I don't care. Take them. Take them. Here's your fucking money. Just take them. So yeah, it's been a whole fucking day. I'm tired. I am real tired. Feel slightly less tired now that I've been talking. It sometimes has this effect on me. It kind of centers my energies. I don't know what I don't know. It does a thing. It does me good to talk some of these things out sometimes, because otherwise I'll just stew on them. Because there's a lot to stew on. I'm kind of pissed off. But very small administrata. I think I've kind of decided I'm going to take, like, all the small games that we played that I don't really have a lot to talk about, or also bigger games that we played that I don't have a lot to talk about, Ape Escape and Sly Cooper. I think I'm going to put, like, all of those into, like, one video, and they're going to be not so much big analyses, but maybe just short form review bits, and that'll let me clear out, like, a lot of the backlog. Although I wasn't going to do those tiny games in the first place, like shooter and side scroller, but like we can bundle them in, put Streets of Rage 4 in there, because we played that on stream, and maybe make it like that, almost like the old roughly 50 minutes fresh. I feel like Ape Escape 2 is maybe a bit of a bigger experience than that really deserves, but honestly, like, I don't have a lot to say about it. There are some points that I definitely do want to hit, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know that I've got like 20 minutes of Ape Escape 2 to talk about. So that's something I'm thinking of doing. But honestly, I've been very motivated to doing the archive stuff. I've been loving it. I've been playing community levels again. They've been really, really fun. The computer, the laptop is doing a great job recording this stuff. We've still got to work out, like, getting some of these levels that Sumo crammed into LBP 3 saves, but that are actually like LBP 1 levels. Still want to figure that out so that I can actually record those natively in LBP 1, but like that'll come. That's a project for a little bit down the road. I've certainly got more than enough to work with at the moment, and I think that pretty much does it for us here this go about. So from me, Bisco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.